Awesome. All right. So today you guys are going to get to watch me build a sales funnel. You may be aware of what a sales funnel is. You may not be aware of what a sales funnel is. In either way, you will walk away being very knowledgeable about what a sales funnel is, what a sales funnel is for, and also have a good, hopefully a good perspective about what it looks like to actually build a sales funnel out in your own business. So let's hop right into it. So quick note. We often think that our one action should produce a very specific result, aka a sale. But before the sale occurs, there's a list of potential steps or stages that consumers will go through. So when it comes to selling, we often think that a sale should come as a result of us posting. We think a sale should come as a result of us sending one email, running one ad, posting in our stories one time, participating in one pop-up shop, so on and so forth. We take that one action and it's like, oh my God, I didn't make a ton of sales. I brought all this products. My prices are great. I created all this content. I paid this photographer, so on and so forth. And then you're like, where are the sales? Or let's say you get a couple of sales, but you're like, why did I only get a couple of sales? Or you ran that one sale, or you sent that one email and you got 100 people on your website and only 2 of them purchased, and you are literally about to lose your mind because you're trying to figure out why more people did not purchase. So that is what today's session is all about. Sales funnels help you to move more people to the point of purchase. So we often aren't making the sales that we want to make because we don't understand that we need a sales funnel and we need to guide people to the point of making a purchase rather than assuming or believing that if I take one action, they should take the action that I want them to take, which is purchase something. So we're going to talk about some of those actions and things like that. So when it comes to purchase behavior, every single consumer, you are a consumer, I am a consumer, we have all purchased from somewhere at some point. And a lot of the places that we shop with them one time. The first time that we shopped with them, we went through a journey. We didn't just find them that day and say, I love this place, I'm making a purchase. Absolutely. We went to their homepage. We looked through some collections. We looked through some products. We may have added stuff to our cart, left that cart behind, went to another website that sold the same products to compare the prices. We went through a bunch of different steps before we likely decided that we were going to purchase. We may have read reviews. We may have asked somebody else if they've ever shopped there. I know, for example, in my group chats that I'm in, I always see the girls saying like, girl, I'm thinking about buying from this one boutique, or I'm thinking about buying some hair extensions or whatever. And they're like, have you ever bought from them? So we're looking for somebody to justify our purchase behavior, our purchase action, rather than us just saying, oh, I like it here, I'm going to buy it. So as business owners, we have to understand that consumers are going to do the exact same thing when they're thinking about shopping with our businesses. So every customer goes through what's called a customer journey, or what's also known as the buyer's journey. And there are different stages of that journey that occur. So the first stage is going to be awareness. They either become aware of your brand, sometimes by complete mistake, and sometimes it's very targeted. For example, you may run an ad to a specific group of people that have specific interests, and that was their first introduction to your brand, aka they became aware of your business. But some people have a problem, or they're looking for a solution, or they have a desire or need, and they go looking for a solution or a something to solve that problem or feel that need or desire. So at the first point of the buyer's journey, people identify that they have a problem, a need, or desire, or they may just find you simply because, they were scrolling, they saw your reel, they were scrolling, they saw your ad, they became aware. Typically, what does not happen at that point is they immediately say, I want to make a purchase. They may like it enough that they share it, like it enough that they comment, like it enough that they like the picture, like the video, but that does not mean that they have purchase intent at that point. And it is part of our job to move them to the point of having purchase intent. So after they become aware, they go into what's called the interest stage, also could be known as the consideration stage. So at this point, they know that you exist, but they also know that other brands exist. There's a long list of brands that they likely already shop with, and they're going to compare yours to theirs. They're going to say, you know what, I've been shopping with so-and-so for, 4 years. I'm very confident and comfortable with the process of shopping over there. I love the customer service, so on and so forth. But I do really like this new brand that I just discovered. And I'm wondering if it might be worth me shopping. What they're going to do is go back to their favorite and they're going to see, do they have something like this? Is this something that I should maybe buy from them instead of this other brand? They're trying to figure out why or if they should purchase from you. So at this point, they found some options and they're comparing to determine which of their options is the best option. And then they're going to move to the decision phase. So at this point, they may have, let's say, started with 4 options and they narrowed it down to 2. These are the people that have probably started adding things to their cart and they're like, I gotta take some things out of this cart, or I gotta figure out who's gonna give me a coupon code. I'm waiting to see who's gonna offer me free shipping. I'm waiting to see if they're gonna have a sale on Friday. I'm waiting to see if I'm gonna get a text message to remind me about my cart. And that gives me what's it called? That gives me a what word am I looking for? That gives me a coupon code, or that gives me a discount that I can use. All right. So some people are going to make it to the decision phase and they're like, I just need something to push me over the edge. Give me a coupon code, give me free shipping, tell me that I can get a free shirt if I spend $50 or more, so on and so forth. They're looking for a reason to make their decision. So what I want you to pay attention to is the fact that there are 2 steps before they make it to this point. They had to, 1, become aware of your brand. Then they 2 had to be convinced that your brand was worthy of spending money with. And now 3, they're saying, okay, I like this brand. However, I don't know if I want to purchase from you just yet. Or maybe I can't afford everything that's in my cart, but I really want to buy everything in my cart. So I'm going to wait and see if you send me a coupon code. I'm going to wait and see if you offer me free shipping, so on and so forth. So at this point, they make a decision. It might be your brand. It might be somebody else's brand. And then hopefully, if they do make that purchase, they move to the loyalty phase. So one thing that I always encourage business owners to remember is that we don't want any one-time purchasers. We want the type of customers that are going to continue to come back and shop with us. We want the type of customers that are going to make not 1 purchase, but 2, 4, 7, 8, 10, 12, 27 purchases from us. And we also want the type of customers that are going to recommend our brand to other people. So you want your customers to not only be one-time customers, you want them to become loyal customers. It is your job to get them to each of these points of reference or points of the buyer's journey. So again, we often think that our one post, our one ad, our one email is supposed to do the job, when in actuality, it's going to take a few steps for us to get them to the point that we want them to get to, aka purchase, and ultimately to the point of loyalty. So we think that we're supposed to be driving sales all day. We are telling people, click the link in our bio, shop the new arrivals. This is $27 today only, so on and so forth. And we think that that is us driving sales. But really, we're supposed to be building sales funnels and guiding people through the buyer's journey. So when you think about sales, I really just want you to think about it as customer relationship building. You are trying to convince somebody that your business is trustworthy and that it is worthy of them spending money with. So don't think I'm driving sales. Think I am building a sales funnel that is going to drive people or allow them to drive themselves through the point of purchase. I like to think about the fact that we have all been through a sales funnel at some point without us even realizing it. Just think about the last time that you clicked on an ad for a brand that you had never heard of before. It's likely that that brand typed into the ads manager, I want to target women who like blank, or women who live in a certain city, or women who have a certain type of lifestyle. They targeted you based on some type of criteria that they felt would be applicable to you. And then Facebook or Instagram put that ad in front of you. You became aware of that business, but you may not have purchased from them just then. You may have clicked the ad, went to their website, signed up for an email. You got 5 emails before you ever even added anything to your cart. And then you finally added something to your cart, and then you left that cart behind, and then you got an email, and then you saw an ad, and the ad followed you around and said, hey, don't forget about your purchase. We saved your cart for you. You got an email that said, we saved your cart for you. You got a text that said, we saved your cart for you. They're guiding you through the buyer's journey because they understand, brands understand that most people aren't just going to make a purchase. They're saying, hey, we know that you didn't have time right now, or you didn't have the money right now, or you may be wanting to save a little bit, and we're willing to do what we need to do to help you to make this purchase. So don't think I'm driving sales. Always think I'm building a sales funnel and pushing people or driving people through the buyer's journey. So what exactly is a sales funnel? So just in case you are not aware of what a sales funnel is, a sales funnel is the marketing term for the journey potential customers go through on the way to purchase. There are several steps to a sales funnel, usually known as the top, middle, and bottom of the funnel, although these steps may vary depending on a company's sales model. So there are, for example, I have two businesses. One is a product-based business. The other is more educational and service-based. And so my sales funnels for both of those look totally different. Whereas for, let's say for my online boutique, the sales funnel may start with someone seeing my ad, and then I send them to a landing page to sign up for my email list. And then they get on the email list and they receive my welcome series. And that welcome series has very specific products inside of it. And then hopefully they go to the point of purchase. And let's say they leave their cart behind. I send them a coupon code that says, finish your purchase today. And then they receive another email just in case they didn't make that purchase. And now I'm offering them free shipping. I'm pushing them further to the point of purchase, but it started with one thing. Whereas for my service-based business, it may start with you seeing an ad, or it could start with my YouTube channel, or it could start with word of mouth, someone tagging you underneath one of my posts. And guess what? After you get tagged, or after you watch a video, or after you watch a live, or so on and so forth, it's likely that I may have said something like, for example, you guys came to this webinar because I put a link in my story. Most of you, that was your part of a funnel, me getting you into this room. But what you don't know that happened in that was that you got added to my email list. When you put your email address into that box, you got tagged with a word that says like sales funnel webinar in the back end of my email list. And now I'm able to email you now about the fact that you're interested in sales funnels. And I can guide you to the point of purchasing potentially something else that has something else to do with sales funnels. So every action that you take as a brand owner should be part of a sales funnel. It should be part of a process that you've created with the intention or desire to get someone further to the point of purchase. So for example, you all are in this room right now, and it was completely free for you to be here. I didn't have to say, buy this to get you into the room. I just had to share a link and tell you what you were going to get when you click that link. But what I can do is now send you emails moving forward that say, you know, buy my book or sign up for this class or so on and so forth. And that's going to guide you further in the direction that I want you to go. My e-commerce business is the exact same way. So again, a sales funnel is just the marketing term for the journey that potential customers go through on their way to making a purchase. And there's several steps. It's not just you saying, I posted today. I posted 3 to 5 times this week, every single day. That typically is not going to yield you sales. You want to think about, what does it look like for me to guide someone off of this platform and onto a platform where I can encourage purchase behavior? So we miss sales very often. I am not exempt. I get tens of thousands of views to my website or visits to my website every single month. I do not get tens of thousands of sales. However, the difference in myself versus a lot of other business owners is that I'm not panicking about the number of people that did not purchase, because I understand that those people that did not purchase did not make it through my sales funnel. They did not make it through the buyer's journey. So it is up to me to make sure that I put things in place to get my brand back in front of them, whether that be an ad, whether that be me sending an email, a text message, so on and so forth. I have a lot of opportunity to get back in front of those people. I just have to be willing to get back in front of them. And the issue in that is that we often don't want to pay for it because we think that social media is free. I should be able to make these sales for free. It doesn't always work that way. So we often miss sales, and it's usually because we didn't have a sales funnel in place. We thought that we take one action, they do the exact thing that we want them to do. So sales funnels answer the question of, how will I get shoppers from one stage to the next? So as we've discussed, people become aware, then they start to consider, then they make a decision, potentially, maybe they weigh their options, so on and so forth. Your sales funnel should be built to make sure that you get them to that next point of purchase. So just to give you an example, a lot of times when I look at brands' social media or their Instagram pages, all of the content looks exactly the same. It's all, 3 pictures in a row, or it's all just pictures, or it's all just videos, and it's all just or all products. But we never take the time to talk about the brand. We never take the time to explain why I should purchase this, or what's so special about this product, or what have your past customers had to say about their shopping experience, or that email list that you have, that VIP list that you have, that rewards program that you have. There are so many other things that we could be mentioning in our marketing that could potentially get someone to that next point in the buyer's journey or in your sales funnel. But you have to intentionally allow that to be part of a sales funnel versus you posting things randomly and expecting some major result from it. Every single action that you take should be part of your desire to get someone from point A to point Z. So sales funnels answer the question of how do I get shoppers from one stage to the next? So when you're building a sales funnel, you may have a multitude of sales funnels. You may have a email marketing sales funnel. You may have an ad sales funnel. You may have a sales funnel that's around a specific collection. You may have a sales funnel that's around a specific product. So for example, I could build a sales funnel around my sweatpants. Most of you in the room know that I sell a ton of sweatpants, and I have, in fact, built a number of sales funnels around sweatpants in particular. So give your funnel a name. What is this funnel going to be built on or around? So for example, let's say that I'm building a funnel around sweatpants. As we mentioned, a sales funnel has multiple levels. So starting with top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. Top of the funnel is always much bigger than the bottom of the funnel. And each level of this funnel represents a number of people. At the top of the funnel, this is going to be 100% of the people that become aware of your brand. And I actually have a visual of this that I'll show you guys in the next slide, I believe. Top of the funnel is going to be every person that becomes aware of your brand. At every level of that funnel, that number gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you've been following me for some time, you know, you've probably heard me say that in e-commerce, often only 2 to 3% of our website traffic actually becomes a purchase. So for example, if I have 100% of people at the top of the funnel, only 2 to 3 of those people are going to make it to the point of purchase on average. So at every stage of the funnel, your job is to try to move as many of them as possible to the next stage of that funnel. I would say as it relates to the top of the funnel, your job is to try to get as many people as possible into the top of the funnel, because that gives you more room to potentially get more purchases at the bottom. So for example, if I get 100 people to my website and only 2 to 3% of them are going to purchase, that's potentially 2 to 3 people or 2 to 3 purchases. However, if I get 1,000 people to my website, aka 1,000 people at the top of the funnel, that means that I potentially get 20 to 30 purchases at the bottom of the funnel. So the more people you can make aware of your brand, the more people you have that you could potentially get through that the buyer's journey or through your sales funnel. So one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, and take a screenshot of this slide and the next slide. There are a bunch of different actions that consumers are taking as they are potentially going through your sales funnel or your buyer's journey. There's also a multitude of places that people can become aware of your brand. So we often put all our eggs in one basket, aka social media, aka Instagram, Facebook, TikTok these days. We think that that is the only place, time, or area that we could potentially reach a new audience. But there are so many other places that people can discover you. Just to give you an example, most of you in the room probably found me on YouTube. You didn't find me on Instagram. So just use that as a primary example of the fact that your funnel does not have to start at Instagram or at Facebook or at TikTok. It can start on Pinterest. It could start on YouTube. It could start on Snapchat if you still use that. It could start on Google if you have a very well optimized website or well optimized business. Your funnel could start in a multitude of places. So every element mentioned below is a potential point within the buyer's journey. These are actions that your sales funnel can be built around. So we have things like they viewed content on your social media, they viewed or interacted with an ad, search for information on Google. I'm going to stop there for just a moment. So I always encourage people to pay attention to the words that you use on your website and the way that you describe your products, because someone can become aware of your brand for the first time because they search something on Google. For example, people find me a lot from searching joggers, sweatpants, jogger sets. So because I have those words intertwined throughout my website, it provides an opportunity for people to discover my brand. That's where they became aware. They became aware of my brand, not because they were searching for my brand, but because they were searching for a specific product. So sometimes it's because they searched information on Google. Sometimes they search for inspiration on Pinterest. Sometimes they search YouTube for video tutorials. My husband's mocking me behind this computer, y'all. Sometimes they search Google for reviews. They visited your homepage, visited the collection page, visited a product page, signed up for your email via pop-up, signed up for text via pop-up, signed up for text via a code. There's a whole nother page of these starting points, by the way. What I want you to understand is that not everybody enters into your sales funnel or enters into your business's ecosystem in the same way. We may think that everybody finds my brand through social media. Everybody finds my brand through Instagram. Everybody finds my brand through Facebook. And that's not always true. When I look at my analytics, I can clearly see how many people found me through TikTok. I can see how many people found me through Google. And I won't say found me, but I can see where my traffic is coming from. So I can see traffic coming from Google, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. All of those are entry points that could potentially be a starting point for a sales funnel. So let's go to the next page. So they could be recommended by another customer. For example, I have a rewards program. Part of my rewards program is also a referral program. So people can actually refer my business to someone else. They would get a coupon code. That person they referred would get a coupon code. And that could be the top of the funnel for a brand new customer. Someone may find you through a Google search. I think I already mentioned that. They could read a blog post. So another example, I have 3 blog posts on my website. I'm actually preparing to add 3 more. But I get a ton of traffic to my website because of one of those blog posts. The blog post is titled, if I'm not mistaken, How to Style Joggers or something like that, or like 10 ways to style joggers. And basically, there are people that go to Google and type in how to style joggers. And guess what happens? My blog pops up. They might type in like how to style joggers with blank, for example. My website shows up a lot when people type, can I style joggers with boots, or how to style joggers with boots? Because they're typing that in, and because my blog post references those same words, there are a lot of people that discover my brand because they were looking for information, not necessarily because they were looking for a product. But I have control in that situation because I get to choose what is linked in that blog post. I can choose to put products of my own into that blog post. And ultimately, if they see something that they like, they may make a purchase. So blogging can be a great element to add into a sales funnel. Adding to cart, they start the checkout process, they make a purchase, they use a discount code, they take a quiz, download a freebie, submit their birthday, purchase a specific product, spent a certain amount of money, left a review, signed up for loyalty or rewards, they downloaded a mobile app. These are all potential entry points, you guys. So I want you to really sit and screenshot this one too. Take a moment to realize or envision what it could look like if you started with one of these things and said, what do I want the next action to be in this process? So for example, let's say that someone they reach the threshold of spending $250 with you. Let's say that you want to reward any person that has spent $250 with you. So at this point in my email marketing, I could segment every single person that has ever spent $250 with me. So as soon as someone reaches that threshold of $250, they would automatically be added into that segment. And then I could say, as soon as someone is added into this segment, they need to be entered into this email automation. And within that email automation, there are 3 emails. Email number 1 is going to say, thank you so much for your support. We just realized that you hit let's say you have levels, the bronze, gold, platinum level. You just reached the gold level. And because you are a gold member, we want to reward you with a $20 coupon code. You can spend $20 and spend $100, get $20 off of your purchase. That could be a potential opportunity to get that person to come back and purchase more. And you're literally building a process. I'm going to use process interchangeably with funnel. You're building a process around the fact that someone spent a certain amount of money. Let's say for taking a quiz. Let's say that the quiz has 4 different potential results, and maybe it's giving them like style, idea of what their personal style would be. So you could literally build a funnel around each one of those. If they get option A, they enter into this funnel. If they get option B, they enter into this funnel. They get option C, they enter into this funnel. Option D, they enter into this funnel. So because you have control in those situations, you also have control over what products they see, the prices of those products, the coupons they get, the offers that they receive, so on and so forth. I won't talk too much about ads today, but ads even provide a great opportunity for you to get in front of a very niched audience. So for example, if you say that you are going to, let's say, put all these people into a segment, you can upload that segment as a list into the ads manager and run ads to that specific audience of people. You have so much more control than you ever imagined that you had. So I want you guys to take some time to think about, where do people typically become aware of your brand? And then I want you to start thinking about, how could you potentially map out what you want or envision their process to be, and use these examples that you see here. So just know that, for example, before someone can purchase, they have to add something to their cart. So imagine if someone adds something to their cart, but they do not finish this purchase, what do I want to occur? How many emails do I want them to receive? How often do I want them to receive those emails? What text messages do I want them to receive? What ads do I want them to see? You get to decide all of those things. You just have to be willing to build it out. So let's look at some visuals of what funnels look like. And we are almost done with the slides, and I'm going to show you guys me building a little funnel for you guys. So a visual. As I mentioned, at the top of the funnel is going to be 100% of your audience, or 100% of your total website sessions. Your job is to remove as many of those people as possible through the sales funnel. So in the top, you have 100%. In the next point, excuse me, at the top of the funnel, these are the people that visit your homepage, for example. And then you're going to go, let's say, to your product page, but they also might go to a collection page before they go to a product page. So there might be, let's say, 100% of people that went to your homepage, and let's say 75% went to a collection page, 43% went to a product page, 14.5% went to add to cart, and 3.3% went and actually completed the purchase. What I want you to understand here is that, yes, it's going to start with a very large number of people who became aware. And yes, it is absolutely going to result in a very small number that actually make a purchase. But if you go into your marketing knowing that that's what's going to occur, then you'll also understand why it is most important for you to focus on awareness. And ultimately, if you build the funnel out, you don't have to focus on sales, because your funnel will drive the sales for you. So for example, I don't post on Instagram super heavily, and it's not because I don't want to, it's because I know that I don't have to. It's because I know that I have a well-crafted funnel or funnels to get people where I want them to go, whether that be them seeing a post for the first time, whether that be them seeing a reel, whether that be them seeing an ad, so on and so forth. As long as I can get you on my email list, my text list, get you to download my app, so on and so forth, I know that I can control to a certain extent whether or not you make a purchase. So stop thinking that Instagram is going to save your life. Facebook is not going to save your life. Think about the fact that you don't own those platforms and they could break. Instagram could decide they don't want to be Instagram no more tomorrow, and we would lose all of our followers. Always think about, how can I get people off of this platform and to the next stage in the funnel? Instagram may be the top of your funnel. Something else, your email, may be the next phase of that funnel. How can I get them beyond that? Okay, so we are going to go into another example. This is a better example of a bigger number. So at the top, we have 100% being people that go to your homepage, and we are going to say that there are 100,000 people. That's a lot of people, 100,000. If you see 100,000 people come to your website in a day's time, one, you probably would freak out. I know I would freak out if I saw 100,000 people on my website, because I don't have 100,000 products by any means. However, what I'm going to understand is that I'm likely not going to get 100,000 people to the bottom of this funnel. It is likely not going to happen. So we need to understand that there's going to be people that fall off at every stage of the funnel, and we have to think about what we're going to do about that. So let's say that 90% of them go and look at a category or collection. So that's 90,000 people that go to a page, a collection page, but that's also 10,000 people that only looked at your homepage and didn't purchase anything, didn't go beyond the homepage. So one thing that often happens is we just leave that as is. We're like, oh, well, 10,000 people left. So what? I still have 90,000. But we could retarget that 10,000 via an ad. That's the easiest way to get back in front of them. Some people may say, you're not valuable to me because you only looked at my homepage, but others are like, absolutely valuable. I'm going to put an ad back in front of these people and retarget everybody that has seen my homepage or visited my homepage. So 90,000 people look at a collection. 80,000 actually search or actually click something in your navigation. So they're a little bit more a little more interested, I would say. They're starting to search for something. They're looking for something in particular. 60% go to an actual product page. So these are people that have maybe seen something that caught their eye in particular, and they're saying, okay, I like it here. I'm going to go ahead and click on something. Still not saying purchase behavior, but I like it. This is kind of cute. So that's 60% of that audience, aka 60,000 people. Between product page and shopping cart is where we typically lose the most people. So between product page and shopping cart, you're going to lose about 30% of people. So you go from 60% of people looking at a product to only 30% adding something to their cart. So out of 100,000 people, 30,000 actually add something to their cart. Again, at every single one of these levels, you could be doing something about it. I can send a abandoned cart email, abandoned cart text. I could run ads to every single person that abandoned their cart. I have so much opportunity to get back in front of these people instead of assuming that they should have just made this purchase. Instead of assuming that they don't like my business or that my website is broken. Often people ask me, can you look at my website to see what's wrong? I have all these people coming and they're not purchasing. And sometimes the website isn't the issue. It's just they're not ready. They need you to put something back in front of them. They need you to give them a reason to purchase. So we go from 30,000 people who add to cart down to 10,000 that actually go to the checkout. This isn't saying that they purchased something. This is saying that they went to the checkout, aka they started entering their address. They started entering their email address and their contact information, maybe their payment info, but still not making a purchase. They left it behind. I don't know about y'all. I do it all the time because I be having buyer's remorse sometimes. So I try not to purchase things. I'll start putting my payment info in and I'm like, Or for example, these are the people that enter their payment info, their address, and then they see the shipping and they're like, shipping's going to be $27. Oh no. I'm not buying that. But that doesn't mean that we lose the purchase because guess what? Now we can send an email that says, hey, today only we're offering you free shipping to finish your purchase. So there's still opportunity to finish this purchase. 2% at the bottom make it to becoming a customer. Out of 100,000 people, 2,000 people actually become a customer. So I wanted you to see a number or a visual of what it looks like with a bigger number of visitors, but I also want you to see how many people become a customer. 2,000 is still a lot. It's still a lot of people. If I get 2,000 orders in a month, in a day, in a week, that's a lot of people. And I still had control over how much money I make because I chose my prices. I chose the promotions. I chose that. So if I get 2,000 people to spend $50, that's a decent amount of money. I'm not going to be upset about making $100,000. Not upset about that. Now, yes, I would have loved to have made $1 million. I would have loved to have gotten everybody to purchase something today, but I'm not going to complain about making $100,000. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is make sure that I retarget as many of these people that fell off somewhere in the funnel because I can. I'm not going to say I can't. I'm just going to say forget it and move on with my life. I'm going to say there are 98,000 potential people that I could get a sale from tomorrow or next week or next month, as long as I'm willing to work for it. AKA by work for it, I mean build a funnel. So here's an example of what a paid traffic funnel may look like. This is going to be a funnel based on ads. You're starting the funnel with an ad. So there are a lot of businesses out there that don't post on social media at all, if often, because they're running ads all day. They're willing to pay for the results, pay for the results that they want because they have the budget to do that. So I want you guys to think about the fact that you don't have to run ads. However, as a business owner, you should be running ads at some point. If you do not run ads at some point, there is always going to be a very large number of people that you miss out on being able to convert because you did not get back in front of them. You thought that your Instagram was going to be enough, your Facebook was going to be enough, your occasional posting was going to be enough. And I don't know why, because you don't control those platforms. You control when you post, but you don't control who actually sees that post. But when you run an ad, you can control what audience you're running that ad to. You can control what each one of those audiences is going to see. You can control how long you're running that ad. You can control what time that ad is going to run, so on and so forth. You control so much more with an ad than you do with your social media accounts. So this example starts with someone seeing an ad. That's when they become aware. And from there, you want to think about what is going to be the next thing that they see or the next place that you're sending them. You don't want to just send them anywhere. You want to send them where you think it makes sense for you to send them, which means that you have to be clear about the audience that you chose to target and what makes sense to show that specific audience. So for example, let's say I was targeting an audience of people, of plus size customers. Let's say I was targeting women interested in, let's say, Ashley Stewart, for example, or Tori. It would make no sense for me to send them to a page on my website, my homepage, my new arrivals, so on and so forth, and it didn't have any plus size, or plus size wasn't like a primary product or collection of products being showcased there. It would make so much more sense for the first page that they land on to be plus size related, because it correlates to the audience. So think about how your actions may impact somebody taking the action you want and not taking the action that you want. The big mistake that I see happen is that we're constantly saying or sending all of our traffic to our homepage when sometimes it doesn't make sense to send them to our homepage. It makes sense to send them to a specific collection or specific products based on what we know about that audience. So they go from seeing the ad to landing on a specific page. Your desire is that they see something on that page that they want to add to cart. And obviously your desire is that they complete their order. So everything is going from left to right on the screen. But as you can see, there is a row that lives below that, below add to cart. That is the things that may happen that are outside of your desires. So our desire is that they add to cart and they complete the purchase. But we also have to bank on the fact that there's going to be people who do not finish that purchase. They're going to abandon their cart. So you're planning for that. Your funnel has to also take into account the people that do not take the action you want them to take. So if someone abandons the cart, this funnel is saying we're going to remarket or retarget them with an ad. That means that if they abandon their cart, they're going to see an ad that says, come back and finish your purchase, or save 10% off of the purchase or the cart you left behind. Get free shipping on your orders, so on and so forth. They're intentionally putting their brand back in front of an audience of people who've abandoned their cart. From there, after them seeing the ad, the link on that ad is going to send them to a landing page that has a promotion. So let's say they're offering 20% off today only or something like that. But that landing page is a page that was created specifically for this audience of people. So yes, you can create landing pages yourself that are specifically for specific products, specific collections, specific audiences. They would have their own link, and the only people that would see that link would be the people that saw this ad. So this landing page will have a promotion. Again, our desire is that they add to cart now using a coupon code, and our hope is that they complete the purchase. Again, they may leave their cart behind. You got to decide if you're going to continue to retarget those people. Those people are already in that audience. They're already in a audience of people who abandoned their cart. So they'll continue to see that ad until they make that purchase. So or until you turn that ad off. So this is an example of what a funnel may look like that starts with ads. This is an example of someone that may be who may find your brand organically. So organic search, meaning Google, or they kind of just landed on your page at some point. They found you organically. Let's say that you send them to a resource page. So I think about, for example, service-based business. I could send them to a page that has a bunch of videos that they should watch. Or if you sell something that is like skincare, hair care, so on and so forth, you can send them to like a page that is a blog. Maybe it gives them some information about how to take better care of their skin, better care of their hair. So instead of sending to a product, you can send them to resources. On that page, you could show a pop-up that's specifically for that page. So for example, I use Klaviyo for email marketing. In Klaviyo, I have some pop-ups that are only for specific pages on my website, meaning that the only way you would see that pop-up is if you land on this page. You can create pop-ups that are specifically for a specific page. You don't just have to have that one pop-up that shows on your home page or one pop-up that shows on every single page. You could choose what's going to show on every single page on your website. So we're saying that they send them to a resource page, they see a pop-up. That pop-up is just, sign up for our email list to get a coupon or to get more information or so on and so forth. The next step in that journey would be that they actually subscribe to your page. To your email list. From there, they get more content. That means you have to send them emails. So I think about the number of people that tell me, I have this many people on my email list, but I send an email every couple of months. I send an email here and there. And I'm like, that makes no sense. Why would you collect someone's email and tell them that they should prepare to receive updates and cool content and so on and so forth, and you never send them updates and cool content? That makes no sense. So you want to make sure you send them more content now that you have their email address. But you also now can sell to them. So notice that we didn't send them to a product page. We sent them to a resource page. We sent them to a place where they got information. And now we're using the emails to sell what we want to sell, because now they feel a little bit more comfortable, confident, and they understand that our brand has some credibility or authority that could help them to make a purchase decision a little bit better. So they add to cart. Again, know that they may add to cart and leave that cart behind, which means that you could retarget them. Again, you can send them an email or ad or a text message, and then we hope that they complete the order. All right. And then this is a funnel with social media. So social media presence, you just showing up on social like you always show up, posting on your consistent schedule. Reels make it a little bit easier for all of us to be discovered these days. So you could literally be posting on social all the time. Somebody discovers your reel or whatever the case may be. And what they're saying is a hard sell content post. So basically, this is a post that's like, shop today, buy this, new arrivals, so on and so forth. We have a little sad face. They don't order, which is typically what happens. People see your content. Think about the number of views we get on reels. We'd be like, I got 100,000 views on a reel, 10,000, 20,000 views on a reel. No purchases. It's not because they didn't want to purchase. They just like, I wasn't looking to purchase nothing. Your content just fell on my lap today. It just fell on my lap. They didn't follow you. They didn't go to your website or anything. However, guess what? We have the opportunity to get back in front of them. So this fourth step says social media remarketing, aka retargeting ad. So you can retarget any person that has ever interacted with any piece of content on your page. Now, obviously, the iOS update gave us the opportunity to decide whether or not we see ads. So take that into consideration. However, if 100,000 people view your content on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, you can create a custom audience in your ads manager and say, I want to run ads to every person that viewed this specific video. I want to run an ad to every single person that viewed this length of this video. You get to choose to do that. You can control who sees what and when they see it and why they are seeing it. So let's say you retarget them. They see the ad. The ad has a special product page attached to it. So you're sending them to a specific product. Your hope is that they add that product to their cart, and then you hope that they complete the order. Again, remembering that they may or may not take the action that you want, and you want to plan for what happens if they do, and also if they do not. All right. Y'all with me? Annie said, wow, this is so good. Yes. So here's an example of what a funnel may look like. So you can start your funnel with paid efforts. You can start your funnel with organic efforts. What's going to matter most is where you choose to send these people in either direction. So if you came organically or if you came from an ad, where am I sending you to? You have to understand that you control that. So just to give you the easiest example that I could give, oftentimes in our bio, it's always the link straight to our homepage. We send every single person to our homepage. And then we wonder why we didn't make any sales. Well, that our homepage isn't where the purchase happens. The purchases happen after they go to a product page and they click add to cart and they go to the checkout. So it really starts with you having a goal first and foremost and knowing where you want to send people. So for example, right now, the link in my bio is more of like a link tree so people can go where they want to go. However, there may be a time in my business where, let's say, for example, I have some clothes here. I'm at the office today, surprisingly. So let's say that I had just got a bunch of these crop tank tops in. I do have hundreds of them. I have hundreds of crop tank tops that I would really, really like to get out the door. I'm not going to send all these people to my homepage if my goal is to get as many of these crop tank tops out the door. The link in my bio is probably going to be to the tops or to the page that I know has the most crop tank tops on it. Send the people where it makes sense for you to send them. From there, I could have a special opt-in. So this blue dot says opt-in. I could have a special opt-in on that page specifically for tank tops. So I can say every person that lands on my tops page needs to see this pop-up that says, put your email address in this box to get a coupon code so that you can get a free crop tank top today or whatever it is that you want to give them. There is a specific opt-in page that is only on this page, only for people that land on this page, and that's going to get them on my email list, which is the next box, the purple. They're going to get an email that says, here's your coupon code, here's your discount, here's your free code for your free item, whatever it is. So our hope is that they go from my email to the product page. Our hope is that they purchase, but remember, they can go in either direction. They may purchase, they may not purchase. We have to make sure we have something in place for both of those. So email is the easiest opportunity to get back in front of people. Send them abandoned cart emails. If you are in the membership or in any of the other classes, e-commerce elementary, the boutique accelerator, you know that my abandoned cart sequence is strong. Okay. I have 7 abandoned cart emails in my abandoned cart sequence because I'm not going to chance it to you receiving one email and potentially making this purchase. I don't know if you're going to even see this email. I think about it this way. I'm a late night shopper. Sometimes I'm like on my phone at 1 a.m. scrolling, shopping, adding stuff to my cart, but I don't finish that purchase. Let's say that your abandoned cart email is set to send them another email 24 hours from now. That means that when I get that second email, it's going to be 1 a.m. again. If I'm asleep, I'm not getting that abandoned cart email. And if that's the only one that I'm going to receive, and I'm not the type of girl that goes back and looks through all my emails, I'm not getting that email. And I'm also not coming back to finish my purchase. So I have 7 abandoned cart emails because I want to give myself enough opportunities to get back in front of them so that they can help, hopefully, complete that purchase. So that first one might go out 24 hours later. That next one may go out 1 day later. The next one 2 days later. Then I start controlling the days and times that they're going to receive that email. So Monday at 10 a.m. The next one may come on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. The next one may come on a Friday at 7 p.m. So on and so forth until I get what I want out of this situation. So know that they may purchase and they may not purchase. Remember that in our funnel, our job is not only to get them to purchase, we want to get them to the point of loyalty. So at the top, we have the people that purchased. They're going to get an email that says thank you, obviously, for your purchase. But the next step is an upsell. You can upsell them and offer them something else that complements what they purchased, or just offering them a coupon code for their next purchase. Remember that your job is not to get a one-time customer. You want to get a lifetime customer. So upsell them, send them something else that hopefully makes them want to come back and purchase again, and continue to send them emails. Now, at the bottom, we have the people that did not purchase. We're going to send them abandoned cart emails, as many as it takes. Again, I have 7. I'm not telling you that you have to absolutely have 7. However, just know that there's no such thing as too many until they unsubscribe. If they unsubscribe, then you know you did too much. And it happens sometimes, okay? What I do hope gets you over the mindset hump of it being too many. When I look at the analytics for my abandoned cart emails, I can see which email in that sequence gets me the most sales it's usually between the 4th and 5th email. So I had to send 4 to 5 emails to get that person to come back and finish that purchase. So if you have one right now and you think one is enough, it is not. If you have two right now and you think two is enough, it is not. Give yourself enough opportunities to capture the sales that you desire. So not purchase, they receive the email. Some people may not purchase because they aren't ready, or maybe the price is a little bit too high. So you may downsell them. You may offer them a coupon code to finish that purchase. You may offer them a free shipping coupon, maybe because they are thinking that the shipping is too high. And then you're going to send them another email and another email until they hopefully make that purchase. So just remember that there's always opportunity for you to get the result that you want, but you're going to have to work for it, okay? It is not typically going to just happen. I didn't start making sales just because I had nice content or because I had a nice website. I started making sales, and more specifically, consistent sales, because I started understanding that I needed to guide people in the direction that I wanted them to go, and stop letting people just fall off the bandwagon. Stop letting people fall off of or out of your sales funnel. You have the chance to literally scoop them back up and put them right back in. It is literally up to you to do that. Okay, so this is my last slide. I am going to actually pull up another screen, and we're going to build out a funnel based on my own business so that you can actually see what this looks like. I'm going to read a couple of these comments. Honestly, Jance, I have heard all you're saying, but my problem is I can't figure out my MailChimp. I'm not a MailChimp girl. I highly recommend Klaviyo because it is a e-commerce based email marketing solution. So I'm not a MailChimp person. I don't recommend MailChimp personally for e-commerce, although I do know a lot of people use it. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of MailChimp advice. What I can say is that there is a lot of MailChimp classes that are available out there that can definitely walk you through what you need. I'm trying to take notes while my students test. Do you think it's good to have a link tree with the most important product at the top? Absolutely, for sure. Always put what is most important, just like your website. Always put what's most important to you at the very top of your link. If you're going to have a link tree, just like on your website, put the most important stuff at the top. Let's see. Yes, there will absolutely be a replay. Yes, ma'am. How can I make my landing page send coupons for joining? So your landing page doesn't send the coupon code. Your email list, your email is going to send the coupon code. So you have to set up a email automation that is tied to people subscribing via whatever page that you set up. How do you not get overwhelmed with building one? I don't get overwhelmed building one because I map it out on paper first, and then I build each one of the parts step by step. That usually helps me. And then also not trying to build a funnel for my whole business. I usually try to build a funnel that is for something specific. So like, for example, the the crop tank tops that are sitting here. What apps do you recommend using sales funnel? I don't recommend any apps unless you're going to use like an upsell app. That would be the only thing. So look at the example here. This isn't saying use an app for anything. It's saying use your email marketing, also social media or ads. That's it. It's not saying you need apps for a sales funnel. So I don't use any apps. The only app I use for upsells are what app do I use for upsell? It's called One Click Upsell. That's the only app that I use, and it's specifically for upsells. That's the only thing. What do you think about offline marketing outside the use of social media or Facebook ads? Offline marketing is great, and it also still could be part of a funnel. So for example, let's say that you do pop-up shops. Let's use this example, for example. So this is a card that I got in an order that I placed from someone. You could put a QR code on the back of this card, and they could scan that QR code, and that would put them on your email list, put them on your text list, send them to your social media to follow you, so on and so forth. I would say think about ways that you can get people where you want to go or want them to go, and how you can get them somewhere where you can continue to market to them online or in general. If you have a brick and mortar, how can I get them back in my store? Still sending emails, still sending text messages. I think about when I worked in brick and mortar setting in corporate retail, people didn't just come to the mall because they wanted to come to the store. They came in because they got an email that said we were doing something. We got new arrivals. We got new products. We had a sale. We marked something down. they got some type of notification. So just having something that you can give to them tangibly that will get them onto a platform where you can continue to market to them. How to get inspired to write your copy for your sales funnel. Sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. Saying the same thing over and over can be beneficial. You just want to find a different way to say the same thing over and over, because your job as a brand is to say the same thing over and over. That's it. I would say look for inspiration from brands that sell what you sell. Amazon is my favorite place to go for copy inspiration. Literally, I just type in a description of the product that I'm selling, and then I read all the reviews. I read their product descriptions, and I use that as inspiration of different words that I could use. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I have lost in segments set up, but I noticed that people are not going to the new list I set up. They are just going to profiles. So like my newbies are not getting my welcome series. What am I doing wrong? It's likely that you don't have the sequence set up to the right list. So every list is triggered. Every automation is triggered by someone being added to a specific list. So it's likely that they're not being added to the right place. That's the only thing that I could imagine being the issue. Do you see classes for new boutique owners? Yes, it's called E-commerce Elementary. It's a 12-week program specifically for new boutique owners. Yes, ma'am. All right, I am going to, and all of this is in those programs too. So E-commerce Elementary as well as the Boutique Accelerator are both e-commerce based programs. We talk about sales funnels. We talk about what's necessary to build an effective sales funnel. We talk about marketing, campaigns, marketing as a whole, how email marketing, ads, so on and so forth fit into your sales funnel, branding, marketing, selling, target audience, market research. All of those are talking points within the program or programs. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I am going to pull up a secondary screen here so that I can start mapping this stuff out for you guys. Let's see if I can find a good example here. Let's see. And keep asking questions while I am logging into my little screen off to the side. New canvas, funnels, phrasing. Oh, shoot. Clicked out of the screen. Okay, let's see. What's more important, welcome series or abandoned cart? They are both equally important. Neither is more important than the other. Welcome series is important for your new subscribers. Abandoned cart series is important for people who abandon the cart. They are both extremely important. Abandoned cart, welcome series, abandoned cart series, thank you series are three automations that every e-commerce brand should absolutely have. Do you have a program for launching a new boutique? E-commerce Elementary is for launching a new boutique. E-commerce Elementary. If you're new, trying to launch, need help launching, need help rebranding, E-commerce Elementary is going to be the program for you. Okay, let me click out of this. Let me find my share screen button. Do you use Klaviyo for your service-based businesses? I use Klaviyo. I used Klaviyo for about 2 years. I use ActiveCampaign now. So I use something different now. Oh, let's see if I can share this screen. Let me pray that it works. Turn screen share on, window. Chrome tab, Safari, share. That is definitely not working. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got to go to another screen. Funnelytics. So I use a platform called Funnelytics to like map out the funnel. But you can also map out funnels on a piece of paper. You do not have to use a platform to do it. I just be trying to do everything electronically as often as possible. Let's see. Funnel. And my password. Always the same. I don't know why I thought it was something different. All right, let's try this and see if that works. Because my screen share is not doing what I need it to do right now. Boom. Okay, let's see. Share screen. Turn screen share on. Chrome tab. Brazen funnel. Boom. Okay. You guys should see a blank screen now. And it should say Brazen's funnel in the corner. Let me know if that's what you see. Actually, you probably don't see Brazen's funnel, but it should be a blank screen now. All right. So I am going to use this to map out my funnel for examples purposes. All right. So I am going to map out a funnel for my, what do I want to map a funnel out for you guys for today? I'm going to use sweatpants. We're going to do sweatpants because that's the easiest one that I can think of. So I'm going to start with the non-conventional entry point into this funnel, starting with a video. So I'm going to say that a person watches a video. That means that I have to create a video, that this video has to be about something in particular, AKA something about the sweatpants. So I could have, I could create the video myself here with my cell phone. I could have my videographer create the video. It could be something real simple. This video is going to live on my social pages. I might run an ad to my video, but that ends up being two separate funnels, just so you're aware. I will be building a funnel around the ad, and I will be building a funnel around the the organic social content. So we're going to start this one with watching a video from my social page, and we need to add a second point of reference. So they watch a video, and we are going to hope that they go to click the link in my bio, and that link is going to send them to a sales page that is specifically for the sweatpants. So let's find a sales page. There we go. Sales page. So we're going to send these people to a sales page. My arrow is crooked. The ghetto. There we go. Sales page. So we send them to a sales page. So after sales page, obviously our hope is that they add something to their cart. Remember that we can't think they see something, they buy something. We have to literally imagine every single thing that may occur throughout this sales funnel. So they may go to the sales page. They may add to cart. Add that up in there. Boom. Add to cart. We could also add in there, actually, let's add something else in there. Let's say that before they add the cart, we're going to take that out. Let's say that they opt in. So they actually join our email list before they add to cart. So now we'll add the cart back in there. Add to cart. This program is called Funnelytics, you guys. It's called Funnelytics. And I don't know if I pay for this or not, so I apologize. I have no idea if I pay for this or not. So they add to cart. Obviously, we're hoping that they purchase after they add to cart. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Purchase. Okay. So from the add to cart, remember that they could fall off. They might not actually do the thing that we want them to do. So we might have to move the purchase up here. But we could also add that they abandon their cart. Let's see if there's an option for abandon the cart. I don't know if that's an option. Abandon cart. Definitely not. I have to add my own little box under there. Let's see. Order page, sales page, survey, upsell, webinar, pop-up. Thank you. So on and so forth. Sources, actions, add to cart, contact, lead. Excuse me. Add to list. Nope. Okay, we're gonna add our own shape down here. We're going to add some text. I'm just going to put abandoned cart because I don't have an option. Abandoned cart. Keep that in mind that they abandoned. Thank you, Alexis, for putting the link in there. Thank you. So they abandoned the cart. So remember, I was just saying that I'm going to send them up to 5 emails. That would mean that you want to map out what each one of those emails is going to be, what it's going to say, what's going to be in each one of them. So email. Can I copy that? Oh yeah, there we go. Email. That's going to be a bunch of emails that happen after the abandoned cart. You have to keep that in mind. Now, obviously, it could be one email that they receive, and that one email takes them back to the cart, and then they go to purchase. But you have to imagine the fact that there's a likelihood that they see a bunch of emails. And from each one of those emails, they may go back to your website. They may go back to your back to the cart. They may abandon that cart all over again, and that process starts literally all over again. So I'm going to go back up to purchase, because remember that we don't want one-time purchases. We want multi-purchases. So after someone makes a purchase, they are going to see a thank you page. That thank you page could have a upsell on it. It can have a cross sale on it. I'm going to do upsell. So they have thank you. They can see an upsell. And then obviously we're going to continue to email these people. Email these folks. Boom. Email. Let me see if I can make this smaller so you can see what this looks like. 60%. Okay. Oops. Go back. There we go. Okay. So this little funnel that we have so far, they started by watching a video. We sent them to a sales page. I did not send them to the home page. I did not send them to the collection page. I sent them straight to the product page, straight to the, what's it called? The sweatpants page. Opt-in. That could be a specific opt-in that is specifically for that specific URL. And I'll show you that in just a moment. So I would say on this page, they're going to receive, or they're going to see a pop-up that says, today only, when you buy 4 pairs of sweatpants, you'll get a 5th one for free. Put your email address in this box to get your coupon code to get your free pair of sweatpants. So guess what's probably going to happen? If they've already determined that they want, you got to think about it this way. If they want, let's say 7 different colors of sweatpants, and there's a likelihood that they're going to get a free pair, they are absolutely going to give you their email address. They're not going to click out of that box. They're going to be like, yeah, I want a free pair of sweatpants. Here's my email. So they're going to opt in. Obviously, they're going to receive emails from you. So from that opt-in, they receive a email that has their coupon code in it. And let's see, this email is going to send them back to the cart. So just keep that in mind. They can go in a multitude of directions from one place to the next, and from each one of these points, they could fall off. So you have to think about what you're going to put in place to make sure that they do not fall off. So for example, let me see if I can add a text box. Here we go. So sweatpants video. Boom. We're going to say that we send them to the sweatpants sales page or product page. Let me make this smaller so I can fit more stuff in here. I know that's tiny, y'all. I'm sorry. I just need to fit more stuff in here. 12. Okay. So sweatpants video. We sent them to the sweatpants product page. They saw a sweatpants opt-in link. So this building funnels requires you to stop thinking that every product on your website is equally important at all times. They're not. They can't be. Your customers are not going to come to your website and say, I want everything. They're going to see what you posted today or what you've been posting about this week. And then they're going to say, I like that. I want to go find that on your website. But if you send them to the home page and now they got to go hunting for the products that you've been posting about, you're likely going to miss out on that purchase. So this is another reason why it's really important for you to make sure you're mapping these things out so that you can make sure your marketing efforts match whatever your goals are at the time. And you can make sure you're sending people in the direction that it makes sense to send them. Okay, so we start. showed them a sweatpants opt-in page. They're obviously going to add this sweatpants to their cart. They're adding whatever corresponds to the offer that you're offering them. So I'm going to say that they use coupon code for free sweats at this point. And let's say they abandon their cart. So now we got to think about what we're going to offer them in these abandoned carts. Well, if I already offered you a free pair, is there anything else that I could actually offer you that's going to potentially make you make this purchase? Well, I probably am not going to offer you another coupon code because I'm already offering a product to you for free. You may say that, okay, well, I want to be able to offer a coupon code. Offer something else. So you may say, okay, I'm going to change the free offer to a coupon code. And then in the email, I'm going to offer it to them for free instead, because it becomes, you want to create a greater sense of excitement and urgency to buy it. So the more offers that they receive, the better it should be to them. So you wouldn't want to go from offering them 25% off and then the next one only offers them 10. They're going to be like, I'm definitely not buying it. You were just offering me 25%. And now you're telling me that my 25% off coupon is expired. Now they're upset. So from here, I might say, okay, I've already offered you this product for free. For free. Maybe I'm going to offer you free shipping at this point. Free shipping. But again, you got to think about, can I continue to offer them anything if I'm going to continue to offer or send these abandoned cart emails? So at this point, again, I could say, add an extra pair of sweatpants and get another one for free, which ultimately is continuing to increase my average order value. That could potentially work very well for me. So you might say free shipping again, just a reminder about the free shipping. You may do free shipping again. Completely up to you to decide what you want to offer. You don't have to offer free shipping. In fact, I only have one email in my entire abandoned cart series where I offer free shipping. So down here, you may say, add another product, get a second product free. So now you're offering 2 products, but they have to add more product to their cart to get an additional product for free. Second product free. So just remember that you get to map this out. You want to think about what will make sense for your budget, for your money, for your products. You don't want to give away too much for free if you don't have the capability to do so. So keep that in mind. Let's go up to the purchase behavior. So let's say they make that purchase that we wanted them to make. We're all happy-go-lucky. We send them to a thank you page. That thank you page could be where the upsell occurs. You could literally have the upsell on there, or you could have the upsell occur in a pop-up. You can have the upsell occur in the email. So somebody asked me earlier today if I used a app. I mentioned that I use one-click upsell. So what one-click upsell does is it allows you to add upsell offers on the thank you page. You can also add them as a pop-up on a product page. You can add them as a pop-up on a checkout page. So let's say, for example, that I'm going to upsell them on the on the thank you page, and that upsell maybe is get a top for 15% off. If I know that you just bought a bunch of sweatpants and you didn't buy no tops, it makes a lot of sense for me to offer you some tops, and you can probably buy some if I give you an additional discount. Maybe you didn't even think to look at the tops. You didn't make it that far. I sent you straight to the sweatpants. You didn't get to see any tops. So I can continue to offer to increase my average order value and also increase the number of products that they're purchasing in one sitting versus waiting, a couple weeks to do it. So get a top for 15% off. And then additionally, obviously, as you continue, you're going to continue to send them emails. So the next one might just be your general thank you email. Oh, no, I said that's the thank you page. So this one might be the thank you email. And you may continue to offer upsells there. Get a top for 15% off, or it could just be get, 20% off your next sweatpants purchase, your next sweatsuit purchase, your next jogger set purchase, so on and so forth. The key is that you're thinking about where you want someone to end, how much money you want them to spend at the end of that, what products you're hoping that they purchase. You have to think about those things first and foremost. You don't want to build a funnel just to make money or just to drive sales. You want to think about how much money you want to make, what products you want them to purchase, how many do you want them to purchase. So I could literally say, I want every customer to buy at least 3 products I can say, okay, am I okay with them choosing what those 3 products are? If my answer is yes, then cool. I could use this same method and say, I'm going to offer a free product for every person that adds 4 products to their cart. So if you add 4 products to your cart, you get 1 for free. I would be controlling how many products they end up with in their cart. I would be controlling how many what my average order value is, because I'm choosing my prices, which means I choose my average order value at the end of the day. And yeah, you have that control. So this all started from watching a video. I want to start there. It started from them watching a video. I can choose if it's from a post. I can choose if it's a video. I can choose if this is an ad. I can choose if it's organic. I can choose those things. Let's say that, oops, I keep clicking out of this. Let's say that you're a blogger. So let's say that you have a blog on your website. I'm going to click on, let's see, blog post. Let's say that you're a blogger. You have a blog on your website, and that blog actually gets some pretty decent traffic. Your funnel could be built around the blog. So let's say in that blog, there are a bunch of different product pages in there, or a bunch of different products that are listed. There's a bunch of different things that you can, send them in the direction of. So let's say that I send someone to a blog about loungewear, and let's say the blog post is titled 5 loungewear looks that you need for fall 2022. In that blog post, I'm going to list 5 different looks, full looks, and each one of them are going to be products from our store. I know that there are people that are on Google typing fall fashion 2022, fall loungewear 2022. That's going to increase the likelihood of me potentially getting a subscriber, or potentially getting a viewer on my website, a potential subscriber, as well as a potential purchaser. So let's say that from that blog post, I have a pop-up that shows I am saying sign up for our email list to get more fashion updates. I don't even have to say products. I could just say sign up for our email list to get more fashion updates. That's it. I'm going to send you more fashion updates. I see that you like to read about fashion. I'm going to send you fashion updates. So at this point, I'm going to send them an email. I'm going to send them their first fashion update. I'm not sending anything that says buy this, we just got new arrivals, or anything. These people are going to go into their own list. It's going to say, like, let's say blog subscribers. That lets me know that these are people that subscribe because they want fashion inspiration, fashion advice, fashion tips, so on and so forth. They're going to go into their own list, and I'm going to send them their first email that has my fashion tips that they need for fall, or, whatever it is that I want to send to them. So I'm going to send that there. So let's say that they receive their fashion tips. Obviously, I put some links to my products, because why wouldn't I? But I'm not saying buy this. I'm not saying click this. There's a button, but I'm not telling them to buy. So I'm hoping that they buy. I'm hoping that they go back to my website. So we have to map out the potential likelihood that they go to the website and add something to cart, and also the fact that they may not do that. So what we can do here is, let's see. Let's choose. All these boxes are in my way. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, can you guys see my funnel screen? Let me see. Do you see this funnel screen that I'm mapping out right now? Let me know what you see on your screen. Hold on. Let me click it again. Share, Chrome tab. Where'd my funnel screen go? Brazen's funnel. Boom. Okay, here we go. Let me know if you guys can see it now. Okay, there we go. So we are funneling based on a blog now. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So blog posts. On that blog post, they're going to see a specific opt-in, a specific pop-up that is only for my blog. That sign-up form is going to send them to a specific list. That specific list is going to send them to a specific automation that is specifically for people who want fashion advice. So I'm not banking on them being the people that want to receive campaigns about my new arrivals and stuff like that. I'm saying I understand that you want fashion advice and I'm willing to give that to you. But I'm also saying that I'm absolutely going to link my products up in here. I'm absolutely going to do that. It wouldn't make sense for me to not. So what I am going to do is add a sales page in here. Let's see, sales page. So we're going to say in one direction, they go to the sales page. And in another direction, you may send them to another blog post, because let's hope that you don't just have one. Let's hope that you got a couple on there. So you may send them to another blog at this point. Totally up to you if you do. You could also retarget them with ads at this point. That's a choice as well. So let's say they go to the sales page. They actually add something to their cart. I'll add that on here. Add to cart. We'll add the purchase for just in case. Purchase, because we hope that that's what they do. Chance can't spell. Purchase. Boom. Boom. But let's talk about ads now. So let's say that you're like, you know what? I think that I want to retarget these people. So we are going to, let's see if we have Facebook ad. Yes, we do. Perfect. So let's say that that person leaves their cart behind. We can run an ad to them, and we can also send that person an email as well. This can go in two ways. If they leave that cart behind, honey, we are retargeting you. We are not going to lose out on this sale today. We're not doing that. It's not happening. You're going to see both the things. Okay, it will not let me map this here. I don't know why, but y'all see which direction this is going. Here we go. There we go. All right. So add to cart. They left the cart behind. I'm going to run a Facebook ad to them. I'm going to send them emails that say, come back and get get this product that you looked at. Once somebody is on your email list in Klaviyo, beautiful thing about Klaviyo, once someone's on your email list, you can send them through what's called a browse abandonment email. So even if they didn't add something to their cart, you can send them through a browse abandonment automation. It literally is just going to say, did you see something that you liked? Come back. Here's something for you. Don't forget about us. They didn't even have to add it to their cart. Literally, all they did was browse, and you could send them an email at this point. Same for the people that are viewing your blogs. You could retarget every person that has ever looked at your blog. You can retarget anybody that has ever looked at any page on your website. And this Facebook ad might just be more style advice. It might just be like our 2022 fall fashion projections, our fall loungewear fashion projections or whatever. And that's still going to put them back on your website over and over again. And also, even though they didn't tell you that they want to see product related content, you can run ads to them with product related content. And it's going to make so much sense for you to do that, because you now know that this is somebody who is interested in fall fashion. Your copy could literally be written in the way of saying, like, for example, you could literally say, like, looking for fall fashion inspiration. These are some must-have looks for fall. Shop today. They weren't looking to shop. However, they went to your website, and now you have the opportunity to retarget them with the ad. So I'm going to put my little text in here. Hold on. Let me add some text. Ooh. Oh, my little button ain't working. Why, Jesus? Okay, there we go. Like, why was that not working? So we are going to say fall fashion tips is our blog that we are creating here. Oh, I can make that a little bit bigger for y'all. There we go. 16. Fall fashion tips. Opt-in is going to send them to our blog reader list. We know what type of content to send to them. We're going to send them an email that has more fashion related advice. Make this a little bit smaller. Ooh, there we go. Fashion advice. There's that. Then we are going to send them to, let's say you have your new fall collection up. Maybe that's what the products were connected to in that email. Fall collection up there. And other blog might be, let's say 5 tips for styling, maybe one specific thing. Let's say 5 tips for styling. I'm gonna use joggers for my example because that's the easiest one that I could think of. Add to cart, abandoned cart. We're just gonna say we're gonna offer them a 20% off coupon. And our Facebook ad is going to, because we know that these are people that went to the product page. So we're literally, this ad would only retarget people that went to a product page. So this ad is going to also offer them the 20% off coupon. Whereas the ad at the bottom is retargeting people who viewed your blog. So it's not just people who went to your website, it could be people who specifically read your blog. So this one might just be more fall fashion advice, which is still going to put them back on your website at the end of the day. And your hope is that they, too, go to your website, add to cart, hopefully, purchase something, hopefully. But just knowing that there's a likelihood that a lot of them will not, but some of them will. And again, remembering that you have the control over what they see at every single point of this buyer's journey. You get to decide what the pictures look like. You get to decide what the copy says. You get to decide what audience sees what based on the actions that they have and have not taken. It is totally up to you. Did you learn all this on your own? Yep. In the program she's using is free. They do have a paid plan. Thank you for sharing. Could we do a funnel without ads? I'm not quite there yet and struggle to bring people back. Yes, but you're not going to be able to bring very many people back without an ad. There's no way that you can control who's going to see your content, especially if they don't follow you, if they don't have their post notifications on, if they're not on your email list, if they're not on your text list. The only way you could get back on in front of them is if they have some type of notifications turned on so that they constantly receive notices for you or from you. So for example, the people that are not running ads or not ready to run ads just yet, your primary focus should be lead generation. You should be trying to figure out how you can get as many people as possible on your email list so that you can constantly stay in front of that audience. Your second most big priority should be segmentation. You should be trying to learn as much as you can about your subscribers' preferences so that you can get them into segments, and that way you'll have a better idea of what to continue to send them emails about. So for example, imagine putting everybody into your one list, and let's say half of them are regular size, the other half is plus size, and you're constantly sending all of these emails to your entire list, and you have very little plus size merchandise. Those plus size subscribers are likely going to end up unsubscribing because you're constantly sending them emails about things that they don't care about. So the more segmentation that you have, the better off your email marketing efforts will play out. So you don't have to run ads from day one, but I would definitely say lead generation and segmentation should be your priorities if you're not running ads. There's definitely a science to this. Yes, girl, it definitely is. Yes, that will be a replay. Yes, ma'am. Do you have suggestions on copy for emails? Your copy should say something that aligns with your brand. So my copy will say things about things being cozy and easy and soft and stretchy and loungewear and soft as a cloud and so on and so forth. Your brand, I don't know what you sell, should say things about your brand, about your products. It should speak the language that your audience speaks. It should have, your brand itself should have its own personality, its own brand voice. You have to take all of those things into consideration to determine what's right to put in the copy of your email. So my brand has its own personality, its own voice, its own messaging or tone that it's using to, and I use that to decide what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it in my emails. Should I be creating a funnel for every product or just a collection? It depends. So it's always going to be based on your goals. Every single product doesn't need a funnel. The reason that every single product doesn't need a funnel is because sometimes we only have 6 of something. It doesn't make sense to build a whole funnel around 6 of something that's not going to last that long or that you're not going to have for a while. You don't need a full big major funnel around that. But if it's something that you're always going to have, so for example, your collections are things you're always going to have, you could absolutely build a funnel to get people to that collection. But then you got to think about the individual products that are in that collection. If the products in that collection are all so different that it's going to be hard for you to move somebody through the funnel, it's likely that you're not going to be able to move somebody through the funnel. So this is another reason why branding is so important, because you could get someone to the middle of the funnel and completely lose them because they're confused. They're like, man, I looked at your homepage, or I looked at your social media profile and it looks so cool, but then when I got to your website, I got to the collections, it didn't really make sense. It didn't flow. I didn't know where to go. I felt confused and out of place. So you want to make sure that branding wise, everything that they see makes sense, so that you can continue to guide them in the direction that makes sense. So I only have funnels built around, I have like a brand funnel. So like awareness, getting as many people as possible aware of my brand. And then from there, obviously getting them to my website, obviously from there, getting them on my email list. And then from my email list, they go through my welcome series. And my hope is that they go to my lounge collection. That's the products that are linked in my welcome emails. And then from there, everything else is its own funnel. Is it to help break down funnels, or will it auto integrate with Klaviyo? None of this integrates with Klaviyo. This is literally just for mapping out what your funnel will look like. You will have to build it out. And Klaviyo is not going to be your funnel by itself. Email marketing is an element of your funnel. Emails in itself are not your funnel. Fashion Nova is going to send 15 emails a day. Absolutely. No, I don't use Kajabi for anything. Are the programs only targeted towards boutique owners, and would it be beneficial it's for any e-commerce brand? It's not targeted to boutique owners. The reason that none of them are targeted to boutique owners is because regardless of what you sell, the process is the same. Me selling a digital product is the exact same as me selling a physical product. I would still sit here and map out every single thing that might or might not happen in the purchase process. As far as my website, outlined the exact same way. How you write your product descriptions, they all need to be descriptive. They all need to answer potential customers' questions. They all need to address needs. They all need to talk about the features and benefits of what you're selling. E-commerce is e-commerce, regardless of what you're selling. So every single thing that I teach in every class, the membership, e-commerce elementary, the boutique accelerator, are all geared towards e-commerce and product-based businesses as a whole. I read that one. Do you have any suggestions? How do you use this information for a storefront? So I use the example of this card. This card, if someone comes into your store, every person that comes in your store, you could make sure that they leave the store with a card. And your messaging to them verbally would be put something on the back that they could scan, or put a number that they could text, or something that they're able to easily do. And that code or word or whatever it is that they're going to text or take a picture of sends them to a specific page that gets their email address or their phone number. And that way they are able to go through a welcome series. They're able to learn about your brand, and you're able to continue to market to them and encourage them to come back and shop with you. Think about any store that you've ever been into where they've asked for your email address, asked for your phone number, how they captured your contact information. Regardless of if you're online or a brick and mortar business, your job is to capture contact information, because you have to market to them in some way. Ads, again, are a great opportunity to get people into your store if you have one. You can run ads to people in specific locations, specific cities. You can run ads to people based on the radius from your location to theirs. So you could say, run ads to people who are in, let's say, Miami, who are at least 20 miles from Miami. Completely up to you. So brick and mortar stores are not exempt from sales funnels. I actually think about every brick and mortar store that I've ever worked in as a physical sales funnel. So I think about it from the outside into the store. Outside of the store was the window display. The window display made me aware. I was walking down the street, walking down the hallway in the mall, or I saw a billboard or whatever. Something about that window display got me in the door. Now, once I'm in the door, what am I going to do once I'm in the door? How am I going to be greeted? What needs to be said to me to make me want to go further and further and further through the store? So having somebody at the front of the store to greet that person, hi, how are you today? Let me know if you need any help. For example, when I worked in retail, they always used to make us compliment people. They would be like, oh, I love your shoes, or, oh my God, we have a beautiful dress that would match that shoe, or whatever the case may be. thinking about those things. So you want to think about the spaces or the areas of your store as parts of your funnel. The front of your store is where they became aware. The middle of the middle of your floor is where they start to take interest or have consideration. The back of your store is where they're starting to make decisions. They're starting to decide what they're purchasing. If you have a fitting room, that's part of the interest and consideration phase, or more so the decision phase, because they're trying things on and they're deciding whether they're going to buy something or not buy something. And then at the checkout counter is where you create loyalty. That's where you're asking them to sign up for your email list, sign up for your text list. You're maybe offering them a coupon code to purchase something. Totally up to you to decide how you're going to approach the loyalty phase as well as the decision phase. So when I worked in retail, in the fitting room, we used to, come and check on them. We would knock on the door. How are you doing? We would make suggestions for things that may complement the things that they walked into the store with. Those were all elements that helped to move them further through their decision phase. Is this something we set up on the back end of our website, or is this an app where we make this funnel? This is a program called Funnelytics. You're going to map out your funnel in Funnelytics, but then you're going to actually build your funnel out based on what you mapped out. So there's going to be multiple elements of a funnel. Your social content is part of your funnel. Your website, the pages on your website are part of your funnel. Ads, emails, text marketing, all of those are going to be individual elements of your funnel. So this is just for mapping it out. But there will be an entire replay. Are you saying those compliments are lies? No, I don't lie. That's one thing I don't do. I don't lie. I would literally be like, I would say like, I like your hair or something like that. I would find something that I could really like compliment them on. Okay, let's see. We are going to, I said I was going to show you guys this Klaviyo, how to make the pop-up in Klaviyo specifically for your specific pages. So hold on, I want to show y'all that. Give me 2 seconds while I log into Klaviyo. Let's see. I don't know any of my passwords off the top of my head, so bear with me for 2 seconds. Klaviyo password. Log in. Save. Ooh, gotta confirm my email. I hate when I have to confirm it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta confirm my email real fast. Are y'all learning great things today? How are we feeling? Are we feeling a little bit more clear about what a sales funnel is, how they work, and all those beautiful things? Let me put this in here. Don't ask for this device again. Yes. Thank you for this awesome information. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, I am going to share my screen again. Klaviyo share. All right, so this is my Klaviyo account currently. So all of the options that you see under flows, these are all automations. All of those automations can be part of your sales funnel. So for example, if my sales funnel starts on social media and I send them to a link in my bio, let's say that the link in the bio is a landing page, and that landing page says sign up for our email list to get 20% off your purchase. When someone joins that email list, they're going to enter into my welcome series. So my welcome series is this second flow that's listed here. Welcome flow. As you can see, I made $680 from my welcome flow. I was able to make $680 extra because I guided someone to sign up for my email list, and then they also received specific emails that guided them to the point of purchase. So instead of it just being one email that said, thank you so much for signing up, here you go, here's your coupon code, there's actually 4 emails in that welcome series that hopefully gets them to the point of purchasing. All right, so I'm clicking the wrong thing. Sign up forms. So in Klaviyo, you're going to go to sign up forms to create a pop-up. If you use Klaviyo, you're already familiar with this. So you are going to Click create sign up form. You can choose any sign up form, whichever one you want. It doesn't matter which one you choose. What it looks like is totally up to you. The pictures, the offer, all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to choose this one just for the sake of the example. I'm going to choose a random email list for them to go into. Make sure you name it. So if you are building this pop-up specifically for one page, you want to make sure you name it for that page so you know what that pop-up correlates to. So let's say that this is for my sweatpants page. So I'm going to name this sweatpants pop-up. And then I'm also going to tell myself what this offer is. So let's say that I'm offering buy 3, get 1 free. So name it something that's going to let you remember. One thing that you'll want to make sure that you do is create the list that these people are going to get added to. So if they're a specific group of people that have some similarity in why they're signing up, you want there to be a specific list that they're joining. If you want this to just be a list that you are creating and you want them to go through your welcome series, then whatever list your welcome flow is tied to, you want to add those people to the list. So let's say that I had, let's do interested in sweatpants, for example. So let's say this was the list that I wanted them to get added to. So I'm going to create the form just like normal. Add your pictures, add your text, all that good stuff. The major part of making sure that this pop-up shows where you want it to show is going to be in targeting and behavior. And you're going to scroll to the bottom under targeting. And you'll see that you have a bunch of options for this pop-up specifically. It gives you the option. Let me see if I can make this screen smaller. There we go. So it gives you the option to show it to all visitors, to not show it to existing Klaviyo profiles, to target visitors that are in a specific list or segment. The part that you want to focus on is by URL. So I'm going to say only show this pop-up on certain URLs. And you can say that it exactly matches, and you're going to put the exact URL for the page that you want this pop-up to show up on. So let's say that this URL was shopbrazenboutique.com /products /sweats. I don't know that that's the actual URL, but let's say that that's what it is. So basically what I am saying is that I want this pop-up to only show on this exact page. It will not show up on any other page on my website. So when you're trying to build a funnel that has a opt-in that is specifically for a product or a specific collection, you have to make sure you change this setting to show on a specific URL. You can also choose to not show it on certain URLs. So for example, if you did containing, I'll give you an example of this. So like I have a pop-up that is specifically for my plus size page. So I'm going to say only show this URL on certain URLs that contain plus in it, but I don't want this URL or this pop-up to show on my plus size clearance page. So I could also say don't show on this exact URL, and I will put in any URL that has clearance or clearance plus. So that way it only shows on plus size pages that have regular priced merchandise on it. So you design this like you want it to look and all that good stuff and publish it. And that URL, I keep saying URL, that pop-up is only going to show up on that specific page. You can do this for every single, collection. If you wanted there to be a specific offer, you would just want to make sure that if you do a pop-up specifically, let's say for your home page, you would have to go into that home page one and turn it off to not show on the URLs that you have a different pop-up showing on. So for example, I don't want my typical pop-up to show up on my plus size page because there's a pop-up that's already showing up. You will also have to make sure that you build out a flow that is specifically for that pop-up. So if all of those people are going into a different list than your general pop-up, then there also has to be a flow that's attached to that pop-up as well. So I love using this functionality of Klaviyo. One thing that I also want you guys to know is that you don't have to only use pop-ups for promotions and trying to get people on your email list and things like that. You could literally use a pop-up just for making like an announcement. So let's say that you were offering some type of deal today only, or you just dropped new arrivals and you want to make sure that people know. There are pop-ups that are just announcements. This one just says shop new arrivals. All new releases are on sale today. See what's new. and a button. So if you want to use it to direct people in the direction that you want them to go, you can use them for that too. You don't have to only use them to say, sign up for my email list. Because guess what? If they purchase from you, they end up on your email list. If they leave their phone number, they end up on your text list. You still end up with their contact information. So sometimes you don't even have to use the pop-up. If you know that people gonna come, they're gonna purchase from me, you still end up with the email address and the phone number and all that good stuff. Yes, Klaviyo integrates with Shopify. So if you go to integrations, it gives you the option to add whatever you would like to integrate. So even, for example, advertising, you could literally create what's called a lead generation ad, and you can connect that lead generation form to your Klaviyo account. So I could literally come in here and say, I want anybody that subscribes. This is the last lead ad that I did. So October leads. Anybody that subscribes via this ad, they need to be added to this list. So I have a list that's called Facebook leads. And then there will be a flow that's specifically tied to them subscribing from that ad. So as we mentioned earlier, you could build a funnel that is specifically built around advertising if you wanted to, and connect it to your email series. So just know that there's a lot of opportunity for how you can create flows and collect email subscribers. Does Klaviyo give you the ability to make separate email lists? Yeah, you can create as many email lists as you would like to create. Excuse me, I have a ton. These are all of my lists and segments. I think I have like 8 pages worth, probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 pages worth of lists and segments. Yes, you can create as many as you would like. You breaking down how to map out the funnel visually gave me a better understanding than people just trying to explain on YouTube and social media. Yay. I can see now why this is so important. Yes. What do you recommend the right amount of emails for welcome series? I recommend testing different amounts. So I started with 2, then I had 3, now I have 4. I've had 5 at one point. 5 didn't really work very well for me. Not very many people opened the 5th one, so I took the 5th one away. So I would say test out. The bigger key is having something to talk about in each one of those emails. So don't just drag your welcome series out for the sake of having a longer welcome series. Map out what you think will be relevant and important towards someone making a purchasing decision based on the information that you put in your welcome series. So I have 4 currently. I thought I was doing something on my 2 pages of segments, girl. I come in here and create a segment. I feel like every other day, I'd be like, let me see how many people did this thing. Let me see how many people did that. So, yes. Funnels are so important, guys. When you think about why you aren't making sales consistently, or maybe not making sales at all, I want you to consider where you are likely not picking up your own slack. That's literally what building a funnel is about. Picking up your own slack, figuring out where the heck am I letting people fall off. So just to give you like the easiest example, when I look at my analytics on Shopify, what I can see is that the largest portion of my traffic is going to my homepage. From there, it may be like my lounge collection. No, actually, it's my new arrivals. From there, I think it's my plus size page. Next to that would probably be the lounge collection, so on and so forth. So you can literally see where people are falling off, where people are not moving forward. So typically it's our homepage, and that just lets you know that your homepage maybe needs to be altered in some way. Maybe I need to rearrange some things. Maybe I need to change the pop-up. Maybe I need to send them to a more targeted page versus to my homepage, because it doesn't make sense for me to send them to the homepage sometimes. Your analytics will literally tell you where people are falling off, and it also tells you where there's an opportunity for you to gather people and put them back where you want them to go. So last night, for example, in what class was I in last night? In e-commerce element, in the boutique accelerator, we were talking a little bit about ads. I wanted to explain to them the benefits of creating ads that consider the funnel, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. So if you're an ads type of girl, always remember that one ad is not going to do the job of your whole funnel. That one ad may make them aware. Another ad might get them to the interest or consideration phase. And then a whole nother one might get them to the point of purchase. So if you think one is going to do the job and that one is always going to work, it's likely not going to be the case. You're going to have to work for that. So always remember that if you're going to run ads, you need to have a top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. You have to retarget people who are leaving things behind. You have to retarget people who are interacting with your content on social, interacting with your ads. You have the opportunity to do those things. How many pop-ups would you consider to be too many? I don't have a reference of how many I think is too many. I think the better thing to make sure you're doing is making sure that you're not having too many pop-ups on one page. So for example, I only have 2 pop-ups that show up on my homepage. The third one that they see is what's called an exit intent pop-up. And that only shows if someone's mouse starts to hover to the X at the top of the screen. So I have an email pop-up, I have a text pop-up, and then I have an exit intent pop-up. But all the other pop-ups are only specifically for like one page, one product. I was thinking of creating one to get people to join my email list, VIP list, and to upsell. I would say only if you're going to put them on different pages. I wouldn't create all of them and have them show on one page. I've never seen it broken down like this before. You're welcome. Definitely haven't been creating sales funnels, and I didn't think about adding a pop-up for my blog articles. Yes. What do you recommend? Nope, I read that one. Absolutely learning great things. Can you share some examples of a funnel for a service-based business? So a service-based business looks exactly the same. I would say if we look at Brazen's examples, the examples that I gave you guys in this one, hold on. Let me see if I can scroll back to it. Where did my funnel go? I didn't lost it on the screen. That's what happens when the screen scrolls for days. Good God. Where is it on the page? This don't make no sense. This is what happens when you scroll beyond measure. Hold on. Let's go back one page. Turn off screen share. Brazen's funnel. Okay. Let's see. Chrome tab. So for example, this exact same funnel could be the exact same for my service-based business. Let's start with the video one. So I share a ton of videos. I have YouTube videos, I have lives, I have reels. All of those provide an opportunity for the beginning of the funnel. The thing about starting a funnel with a video is that you need to say something that inclines them to take further action. So that being click the link in the description bar, click the link in my bio, comment below a certain word so that they enter into an automation, text a certain number or word to a number, so on and so forth. There has to be something that you say or do after the fact to get them to go to whatever the next step is in your funnel. So for me, it might be a sales page. For example, let's just use this webinar. Let's say that this was a paid webinar. Actually, we're going to use my programs for example. So let's use this webinar as an example. So let's say that I invite you to a free webinar and you subscribe. You go to the opt-in page. This is a great example. So you go to the opt-in page. They sign up for the webinar. Obviously, you're going to watch the webinar. You got an email to remind you about the webinar. What you don't know is that you're also on my email list now, so you're probably going to receive an email moving forward. Most of you were probably already on my email list, so you knew that already. But anyway, so you got sign up for the webinar. I'm going to put watch the webinar actually in here. Webinar. Oh, y'all attended the webinar live. Let's do that. Webinar live. After, you're going to get the replay. So we're going to add text that says receive the replay. Oop. Why does this button replay? Bam. After that replay, I can keep emailing you. Let's say tomorrow I send you an email that says, let me say that it's about my boutique journey. what I've learned and the mistakes that I've made. I made a lot of them, if you're wondering. Let's say that I send you another email that is about some of my students' reviews or student testimonials since taking the program. Student testimonials. And each one of those emails may have an application inside of it that says apply to the class. So let's say that this is the last email that I send. Last chance to apply. And these are big. I gotta stop having OCD like this. Hold on. 16. All right. Last chance to apply. So you thought you were coming to one webinar when in fact you were getting 4 emails moving forward. These aren't actually planned out either. I'm not actually going to go and spam y'all, just so you know. There's not a single email planned as of right now. But I could say, okay, I'm going to download the list of every single person that attended this webinar. I'm going to upload them as a custom audience into Facebook, and I'm going to run an ad to every single last one of you and say, you know, thanks for attending my webinar. I am so grateful that you showed up. So now you're going to see an ad, and maybe that ad sends you to another video. Let's say I send you another free class to watch or something. So you go from a video or ad to watching a video. And then I can send you to an application all over again, or send you to my emails all over again. Let's say email. Let's say we want to try to move you faster through the situation. So we send you an email, and then we send you to the application. I don't think there's an application box. Let's just say you go to a sales page instead. Let's say I send you straight to the sales page. At each one of these points, you could fall off. You could be like, I don't want to watch the rest of this video. I could retarget you based on the amount of the video that you watch. I could literally say, retarget every single person that watched at least 30% of this video, or even 3 seconds of this video, 5 minutes of this video. I could choose exactly how long of the video you watched and whether or not I'm going to retarget you. Let's say, for example, if I had a 2-hour-long webinar, which I do right now, let's say a 2-hour-long webinar, I can say, I want to retarget anybody that watched 50% of this video, because I know that if you stayed for an hour, you were truly interested. Somebody who left maybe after 3 seconds, 5 minutes might not be as interested as somebody who watched an hour of this webinar. So I might retarget just people who watched at least an hour of a video at that point. Send them an email, send them a sales page, or send them to the sales page for the program, so on and so forth. Again, you might fall off at each one of these parts. You might add the program to the cart and leave it behind. I could run an ad to you all over again that says, last chance to last chance to join the class for the last time this year, so on and so forth. But at every one of those points, you're on my email list. You got on my email list as soon as you signed up for the webinar. So I can market to you for forever until you decide that you're done talking to me. I can send you emails. I can run ads to you, all the things. So you creating a funnel for your service-based business is no different than creating one for your for a product-based business. You're just taking the time to consider where you want them to go and where it makes sense to send them next. So like, for example, it would make no sense for me to meet somebody right now today and be like, you know, I know you just met me. However, this program I have is $2,000 and I think you should join it. They're likely not going to join that program because they're like, girl, I don't know you. That information you gave me was cool. However, it wasn't really worth me paying you $2,000, but it would make so much sense for me to send them a couple emails, show them some more content, show them my YouTube channel, give them some access to a free guide or something like that. Maybe even my book. My book is, I think, like $10 or something like that. Send them the link to my book, and then ultimately allow them to move themselves through the buyer's journey as they continue to learn more about me, my teaching style, so on and so forth. You're welcome. You cover Facebook ads in the Boutique Academy? I do. Did you set up your website? I did. I built my own website. This is Funnelytics, Anita. I was thinking of creating one. Oh, I read that one. Perfect. Okay, let me see. I'm going to read these last few questions and then we are going to jet. So if you add someone to a list, then they complete an action, will they move them to a segment if the segment is set up, of course? Yes. If they fall into the criteria of that segment, they will automatically be added into that segment. What do you recommend? Oh, no, I read that one. Why did you change from Klaviyo to Active Campaign? I changed off of a suggestion from the person that does my marketing campaigns for me. Her name's Brianka. She recommended Active Campaign to me, and it's just a more robust email marketing solution. That's it. I actually don't like it, and I actually prefer Klaviyo, if I'm being honest, as a marketer myself. But yeah. In this example, you have them opt in for the blog post once you have the email. Once you have the email, can they go into both the new subscriber list and the specific blog segment list? Hope that makes sense. So in this example, they will be subscribing to, you could only have them subscribe to one list from one pop-up. So you would say they're going to subscribe to, let's say you create the list for your blog. There would have to be some other criteria that gets them on that other list, your like main list. So you would have to either add some type of condition into your flow that's attached to that that list that says when somebody meets this criteria, they get added into this flow. Or you could even tag them with a certain word that would get them into that list as well. That would be an example. But yeah, they would only be able to subscribe to that one list from the pop-up. You would have to add a conditional split of some sort or tag them with a certain word that puts them on that list. I can show you how to do it when we're in class next week. I got you. Okay, let's see. Can this webinar? Yes, this is recorded, so you all will receive the replay. I can, of course, do all of this through Shopify. So you cannot. Shopify is your website. That's it. Shopify is just the home where your products live. That is it. Shopify is not going to build your funnel for you. Your funnel is you considering your content, you considering your emails, you considering the flows that your emails are going to have, the ads that you're going to run, the copy you're going to write in the emails, the copy you're going to write in the ads, the captions you're going to write for the content. Those elements are your funnel. Your funnel is not your website. Your website is the end point of your funnel. Your website is the last point that you're hoping that they go to make the purchase. Last part of your funnel. All these other things are the funnel in itself. Do I have to have Shopify? You do not have to have Shopify. You can do it you can build a funnel with anything. You don't even have to have a full website. You can have one landing page and build a funnel across one landing page. Do you cover? Read that one. Perfect. Okay. You're welcome. Any other questions before we go? I actually came to the office today. That means that I have to work. The replay will be sent out. It should be sent out to you guys very shortly. I don't think it's going to take that long to process. So you will definitely receive the replay. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. Obviously, send me a a DM, an email, any of those things. There are tons of opportunities for you to further learn from me in the Boutique Academy. We have the monthly membership, which is the Boutique Brand School. It is $97 a month. You can come and go as you please. You can cancel it at any time. There are tons of classes already inside of there that you would get immediate access to. So there's that. We have a challenge. It's a 5-day challenge that is $19. That challenge is to teach you how to make $1,000 or what it takes to make $1,000 a day. So that's a 5-day challenge. We also have actually here, let me put them on the screen for you. Hold on. Let's see if this works. So you can, join the challenge. It's $19. It's 5 days. You get 5 lessons, 5 homework assignments to teach you what it takes to make $1,000 per day. We have e-commerce elementary, which is for new business owners, people who are preparing to launch, want to launch and want to do it right, need to relaunch, need to start over, all of those things. That program is available. It's 12 weeks long. It has tons of amazing content in it, and it's in the order that you need to receive it. So, for example, you might be scratching your brain right now, like, how do I build a funnel? When in actuality, you need to learn market research. You need to learn branding. You need to learn how to clarify your target audience. You need a product strategy. You need a pricing strategy. You may need all of those things before you actually are able to build an effective funnel. So e-commerce elementary is about you learning the basics of e-commerce. And then the boutique accelerator, which is my 12-week, other 12-week program, is for existing boutique owners who are making money. You're making about 4 figures a month, and you are ready to expand to 5 figures a month and have your first 6-figure year. So if you don't have any data, you haven't started just yet, you're not consistently marketing your business and things of that nature, this program is not for you just yet. However, e-commerce elementary is created to prepare you for the boutique accelerator. So the boutique accelerator and e-commerce elementary are open until next Tuesday, and it's actually our last enrollment for the year. We won't open this program again until 2023. So if you are interested, this is definitely the time to join. However, the monthly membership and the challenge are also available to you at any time. So definitely check those out if you are interested. Again, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. I am more than happy to help out. If I sign up for the challenge, is it available? If I sign up for the challenge, is it available? Yeah, the challenge is available right now. The 1K a day program is no joke. Lots of information. The challenge was awesome. Yes, y'all should definitely join. This was wonderful. Thank you. You're welcome. My beginners program is e-commerce elementary, Cheryl. That is available to enroll right now, and it closes for enrollment on Tuesday. Next Tuesday is your last opportunity to join that program until next year. I'm launching soon, but can I get the challenge anyway? Absolutely. Yep. Once you purchase it, it is yours to keep. You can buy the challenge now, even if you're not quite ready to use it, and it is yours to access when you are ready. It is yours to keep. Yes, ma'am. The 1K a day got me all the way together. I realized things I didn't know I was missing. Amen. I love to hear that. Do I need boutique elementary if I already attended the 3-day seminar? I think I would recommend reading the sales page for the program, Cheryl, because it outlines what's going to be covered. So I would say look at the program overview and see if there's any gaps that are missing in your process currently. Anything that you're like, I didn't gain that clarity in the 3-day class. There are a few people in that program that took the 3-day boot camp last year. So there are some that are in there. I think it just really depends on what you have and have not accomplished since that program. Any more questions before we go? This is very exciting. I'm very excited. Very excited for you guys. Yes, it's still available. Even if you didn't finish, it belongs to you. All you got to do is log in. That's it. Log in and you should see it in your account. All right, guys. Well, this has been a blast. I hope it was super duper helpful. Again, if you need anything, let me know. I'm just a message away, as always. And I will make sure this replay gets sent out to you. Let me know if you do not receive it, obviously. I will make sure that you get it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to educate us. We don't have enough money to repay, but we are saying thank you. You are very welcome. I love helping. You are very welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, ladies, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy all the things. Enjoy your Friday. If you need the links to any other programs or anything, the links are in my bio. You can find it in my bio. You can find it on the Boutique Academies page, or you can go to theboutiqueacademy.com and you'll find them there as well. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.